It is the show that brings all the politicians, whether opposition, imposition, and no position on board, where they discuss issues about Liberia. Remember, Liberia is our common denominator. No one human being is bigger than this country. That's why Jallah Grayfield chapter 1 verse 1 says, let's talk and talk and talk and never shall we fight. In the face of our political differences, we need not to fight. Let's discuss the issues. And we shouldn't fight. Why should we fight? You know, when the white men entered Umofia and things fall apart, when they were using the people of that land as slaves, one part as slaves, and they were converting them from being pagans to Christianity. The guys in the land were saying the white man has taken our people. So they wanted to go and fight the white people. But either Okongo or one of the owners. Oh, what's that? Sorry for that. One of them said to the other guys, we cannot fight for our gods. Our gods will fight for us. As the women come to take our land, we cannot fight them. But our gods will fight. Welcome to the Bumper Show. My name is Jallah Emmanuel Niki Kalufagala Kiang Malakuli Nyalewan Toka Zobo Woma. We la Nangakbo Grayfield. And the nations have the J. If you go to Bon County, they call me Kiang Balakbli. Kiang Balakbli means dry pepper Kenya. No small boy can throw it on the big people. If you throw it during the rainy season time, you feel the pinch. If you throw it during the dry season time, you feel the pinch. And you go to Zewatamantine Lofa County, they call me a Zobo woman. I'm the son of a warrior. And the son of a warrior fears nothing but to do wrong. This here I'm sitting here up to the evening hours. These are just few of the tips coming up. President George Open Manek Bagugbe say Koze Fokron Jirate Tanatabewiya. Inspects major road in Penzel. EFWA to that of Kogola Factory. And President Weah has been very busy today. Along with the that's the non-commerce, along with the Minister of Public Works and other war bag officials. What is happening in Grand Cayman County? Vani Boto Namin Sherman is accused of unilaterally withdrawing $45,000 US from $2 million US given to the county for development. Why is he shying away from the media? Someone George called him and said, you want to speak to him? He said, I can't talk on it. The old man is saying he can't talk on it. He wanted to make someone George, I know, scared with his voice. But the other man called Simeon Taylor is accusing him. Why is this money not in our account as a county, but it lands in Vanny Sherman's account as an individual, and $45,000 has been withdrawn from that money? What is going on there? At 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock, a female presidential candidate, an aspirant rather, she's not a candidate yet, a female presidential aspirant, an opposition aspirant who wants to come to Liberia and be president. Madam Benny Krumah was set in a hottest seat this evening rather, and answer the hottest questions. Benny Krumah is in our compound already. She's a respecter of time. She will answer the question as to why she wants to be president. Then a few minutes from now, the Taylor Union will be here to talk about the other issues, political issues. And they say they're giving support to President George Weah for some developments he's done in the country, and for giving them one of the biggest contracts during the COVID-19 period. This point will stop here and ask Ernest Tamba, who now prays for us in the vernacular in Kisi, pray for the president, pray for the vice president, pray for all elected officials and appointed officials in the country. Now, Ernest Tamba is here. Ise.
Sekenya Ise.
Sekenya Ise. You know, my name is Halisa. That's the name they gave him for you.
Balikatao, Halisa. Mpiano Nico. Lending Odola Jisulanem. Masano na Jisukiti Obi Oyom Singa Flachu. Lechi ndo bangao keke nchunum ola bengoningo paleng doning. Nunanom utaso wafem balika. Le palending how balika le yumulankina na balika le sunulankomi unaro minsulang balika le nilankomi na le tuyolang balika le yumumankina le baloang balika le kwekenum de jisun sangala num biro num tau bendo o palendo ning susun niko imanum lende la belengo ba imanum simulation chun ma komla no follow jo we are by manum komla no pombo venu jwe hawa telo oba nyenye dade mi ma minister ya director ya bo imanum go by manum EBC oba awa na sho bolen nando vendo Estel Liberty kemu imanum do ba kedu tasya kokalo manum representative ya po oba a senator ya mereka wana dimpi ayamoling lelendende huno ason kukupakang ipesa yankung odiola jisulaneng meleka achina imanum Jallah oba program do hunchuma bombo show manum by manum Anthony oba wana na chokpe ko suri hola tulu andu o pariyong andenden imanum daba wana chobe huno so yo sinandolante ke manum daba yandi fo yo cho huno nyema songole nyema diomplo numpla heli wana nyema masinama onona mbobila ndenden lapi balika le pieni den tuyo o palendo ni monga nchire ndon odo ya jisulan ho ejene amina balika tao balika Jallah
balika tao keke malika ibalika
se Kenya
malika Kenya ibalika malika ibalika that's God called malika. This is PCK. He said, when I cross it all on the bumper show on EBC Radio, right here. Where are my citizens of Bond County? Where are my people? Manjaman P, the traffic inspector in Banga, is watching me right here. Nega Banga, Nanga Banga. Nano and Clayborn de Gabanga. Nanga de Megami. That's why the songwriter PCK is saying this song. He's asking God to protect our leaders, protect our president, His Excellency, Ambassador Dr. George Oponmanewia, the Vice President, the Swakoko Mayo Joel Hawatila, the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Dr. Buffer Chambers, the Proton Albert Chi, all elected officials and appointed officials by the President. Please protect them and protect the corners of our land and all Liberians. I love my country, I love my people. Father, save us for this pandemic. Let me welcome Sir Melvin. He's coming in. Ezekiel Sam Shafa Makundo. Falling from Sanako City. Nimakan, he's my former classmate. Ezekiel Sam Shafa Makundo. Andrew Trokan Bestman is watching us. Manyama Pay says she's in. John Kroman says, hi, my name is John Kroman. I'm following you from Banazio, Keba. Princess Favor Mina. Good afternoon, guy. I'm watching from Center Street. Welcome to the Bumper Show on EBC Wenwu Bagalo. Vivian Wenwu Bagalo, today is your birthday. And, every time I talk about Wenwu, yes. I think about Wenwu and Wale Dennis, my friends. It reminds me about this guy. It's called Kasi Money. From Botokai. Good afternoon, my dear brother Jallah. I'm quietly sitting down and watching you from my city's headquarters. One chapter in Banga City, Frank Joe community. Central Liberia. Don't disrespect the woman called Nwewu Bagalo, Vivian Nwewu Bagalo. Today's her birthday, I'm told. All roads lead to your house or in police academy aware.
We not build it, but we can make it happen.
We're not building, we can make it happen.
But we can keep it popping. We not build it.
Where is the cheerleader of the birthday committee, Miss Wale Dennis? Wale, how are you? But let me just talk on a few things. My guy is here. We'll talk on some matters. He comes to the Tailor Union, the National Tailor Union of Liberia. You know, let me, if you want to follow us, go to Facebook and you go and just step in LNTV live now. You'll watch the entire program on Facebook. And those of you who are watching, please share the video so that others can participate where they are. This is the Jallah Grayfield's presentation. So, Mr. President has been busy today with leaders of the World Bank and some of his officials inspecting major road construction in the country. The road that links to Coca-Cola factory from Ierebe Junction was inspected by the president. And this is what the president does so that he can motivate those who are doing the work. If you are a child in a home and you're doing the work for your daddy, if the daddy comes and look at that work and he praises you and say, hey, you're doing well, it motivates you more to do it better. That's what President Weah has been doing. So the road work is proceeding very well as we speak. The Alpha pavement is going on. It has crossed now LBS Junction from the railway side, from Duboro Junction, because they started from railway way and they came around Duboro area. They stopped at the Chump way, but they are proceeding. They are backfilling and putting all the other stuff in, which is proceeding very well. To drive at LBS compound, we will be looking for road all over. But it's better to feel the pinch of it than to have a bad road. So Bagube is your bad road medicine. The road to RIA is worked on. Others will say, and they say it was a death trap, but again, we have to go through the streams and take a skin and other one to get it better. That is an international road since 1822. The foundation of this country, that road has been 2 lane. Let's agree. Somebody will say the truth. Giles, the former president, say we broke ground for the wire and they wanted the glory. But who is implementing it is the government, the president, George Weah. That's what the guy said. They get a blueprint, but we'll do the work. You had that ever since. You didn't implement it at the time. But George Weah, as a barrow medicine, said, if I get it, I will do it. It is evident of the fact we see the road now from Banga going to Lufa. It's now in Salaye. It's going to go to Foya in Menekoma. These are tangibles we can see. But let me end with this one. And this should claim the attention of the LACC. Because no, there is something they call walk-in evidence. A walk-in evidence is why a man knows about a corruption taking place somewhere. He has the evidence. He walks to the LACC and says, I have these pieces of evidence. And the LACC can go and have you investigated and call him for investigation. You know what happened to Abba Brople here? Abba Brople was the head of the LTA under Madam Salif. He was accused of corruption. What happened was that the guys moved in their pickup truck. They went to Abba Brople's home. It was just an information given to somebody about somebody about Abba Brople. They went to Abba Brople's home. They broke his door, entered on him, grabbing and handcuffing, and paraded him naked and put in the front of a pickup and carrying to Tottenham Brown to be prosecuted. It was based on the walk-in evidence. And when they prosecuted him, he was found culpable. If Americans said well. So somebody is alarming that Grand Cayman has $2 million given to them as candidate a fund for companies operating in our area. That money, Simeon Taylor is alleging. Simeon is the senator of the county. He spoke to some judges morning for almost 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. He's alleging that the money did not go to the account of the county, but it landed in Vanessa Sherman's account. And his first he had gotten is that $45,000 has been withdrawn from that money unilaterally by Bodonami Sherman. This caused for concern. Mr. AACC, Kano Bagbala and the rest of you guys there, you need to put the noses in there and find out as to what is happening in that area. It is hard time that taxpayers' money given to the country for development will lay in the pocket or in the account of somebody who is a sitting senator, has been alleged. I'm not indicting him though. I'm saying I'm just bringing this information out because the senator said that. There's a need for concern. There's a need for concern. If what Simon Taylor is saying that it landed in the account of Vanny Sherman, then there's some omniscience. Some omniscience is behind this. It needs to be investigated to the core. Because these are the same individuals who come every other day and condemn government and say government is corrupt and XYZ. But we know that Vanny Sherman was one of the senators who was designated. He was the first senator who was designated by the U.S. government as corrupt. Play for pay. As corrupt. Pay for play. Thank you, Anthony. He was designated. So he might not even go back to the capital though. Because I'm told what the citizens say they didn't want him anyway, that one that happened. But what I'm concerned about, these are monies are placed in the account for the development of Grand Cayman County. If somebody allegedly steals that money and or allegedly places it into his own account, and then he denies the citizens of Grand Cayman the opportunity to have access to that money because he's going broke, then it needs to be investigated. It needs to be investigated. I need a bottle of water. Let me go back to the testimony. I will come back then. I'll get my guests coming. Let me take a bottle of water. Mm-hmm.
We not been long, yeah, but we can keep it popping. Alcohol, alcohol in the building is on me. Alcohol in the building is on me. On my way to the club, I met this beautiful chemo. I was like, girl, can I talk to you? She was like, you too low for my standard. Some people can know I love you from the way that you walk and the way that you talk. Some people can know I love you from the place that you live and the thing that you do. Don't see me let least bella when I the moku feepa we can spend it. Don't see me let least bella when it come to the money we can spend it. Don't disrespect me because I get on papa. You will not disrespect because you see me in the buffer. Don't disrespect.
Amanda Yasia, how are you? Former employee of the Liberia Broadcasting System. She seems to be confused with my names.
But we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping. We not bogus, we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping.
Let me welcome some of the guys who join us. Then I go to my yes, Mr. Dapana Kume, who is here already.
Alcohol in the building's on me. Alcohol.
John Croman said, my name is John Croman. I'm following you from Bannerswick, Keba.
Don't disrespect.
From more area on the Little Bird S. Holder is following me from O Road. S. Samuel M. Daniels is watching me. Says, thanks for the show. I'm following you from Zedru City. Bill F. Tomato Senior is following me from the LTA office on Broad Street.
We not build.
Barclay Nyankon. I'm following from Liberian Refugees Camp, Ghana and Bujumbura. Are you guys sitting in that place there? I was told that it was about to be turned over to the Ghanaian government. Bill F. Tomato, where is your brother Quincy T? The ugliest crewmate I've ever seen in my life. Martin Slaughter says he's following from Pueblo Supermarket. Jallah, thank you so much for the show. Jeremiah Kule says he's following us from Greenville, Sano County.
TunesLiberia.com. Begin at TunesLiberia.com.
We not millionaire, but we can keep it popping.
Sparse smiling Queen Kamukai is watching me. Sata Kamukai in the accounts office at LBS. She calls herself Sparse Smiling Queen Kamukai. Where's Irene Jikoyon Bobo, who follows the show religiously as well, in the office of the Director General?
Don't
Wallace Joseph said, please tell me, please tell them, Mr. Grayfield. Clayton Nigeria has joined us. Good afternoon, Jallah. I'm falling from Logan Town. Manjo Gafuan is watching from Philadelphia, the USA. While a gossipy Jallah has joined us, watching us from Brussels. Janet Kamukai, falling from Grand Cayman County. That's our Grand Cayman County correspondent, Janet Kamukai. Welcome to the Bumper Show. It is honoring the fingers of the nation's Heavenly J. My name is Emmanuel Jallah Grayfield. I'm here till 6 o'clock. You know, during the Ebola crisis, Mr. President, the government of Liberia, thank you, I will take a sip of water later. The government of Liberia awarded a contract to the National Teller Union of Liberia in the tune of millions of dollars for the teller union to face masks for Liberians, so that the scourge of the COVID-19 will not hit their doorsteps. And that was one of the biggest contracts or donations given to these people as a union to operate for the government of Liberia. They've seen tangibles. They've seen what has happened in the country. They are testament of what is happening in the country. So Dakbana Kume is one of the officials. He will tell us his position first, then we can move forward. Daniel, welcome.
Thank you very
There's
much.
a button there. Just press that red button. Okay.
Thank you very much, Jallah. And that
What?
and that to the family of ERBC, let me say thank you for your brilliant ideas that you guys put together to get a very brand new studio. Years back when I came here, it is story to tell.
Oh, so you are very amazed what you see here.
Definitely. This is a very brand new studio.
And you had the time to walk around, you see the television studio and see other departments.
Yes. Before
You
then,
get-
it was not happening. But now, I think I can see what is unfolding here. Looking at the young people that are taking over and bringing some level of vision that I think can move the country forward.
And I would say thanks to the team at LBS headed by Esther Levy Kamu, you know, when the lady is in position, sometimes things will change rapidly.
Definitely.
That is what happening here.
I've been following her for a very long time. I've been admiring her, most especially when she on air reading news and other stuff.
Oh, yeah, the power of the time.
Yes.
But let's welcome again. Let me welcome some of the guys who joined us. Mazra Cole has joined us. Peter Lynn Peters is here. Peter Lynn Peters is a female gladiator. Tobasi, Christopher Wuloti Tobasi is watching us from somewhere. While John P. Ya has joined us. Thanks for the show. I'm following you from Peace Island, Jacobtown. Ezekiel S. Kamara has joined us from Warren Street, while Wallace Joseph has joined us again. Emmett Hammond is following us from Kakata City in Maggie County. Then who is that? Yes, thank you. I get rid of the comments because I don't have much time. Let's come to you. Tell us about the National Teller Union. Who are you? What's your position?
President, I'm the National Youth Chair of the Liberia National Teller Testat and Allied Workers Union, Republic of Liberia. The Teller Union is doing great. We have a lot of young people as president on board, trying to bring some level of new vision to the union, embracing the work of the government, and also bringing those people who feel aggrieved back to the union.
Or you had some disagreements and people felt agreed and left the union?
No, none of they left, but they sat on the fence and said they were looking at the young people that were taking over, but looking at the vision and things that we are doing that never happened before, they decided to come back. And we also put foot soldiers on the ground to move to them, talk to them, and tell them this is a union that for all the tellers, mother union, and we don't have no other union but beside the Liberia National Teller Union that the government of Liberia recognize. So these are things that we are on. And there are so many things that have been going on, most especially for our new office, will soon be opening it. And Jallah, opening our office, I will invite you so you can see what I'm talking about. Years back, it was not like that. There are more people in the union years back. They never fed the benefit of the union. But let me say thank you to the government of Liberia that is headed by the president, George Manning Weah, who see it necessary to give some level of support to the tailor union. First of it can for the tailor union to get such a contract from the government of Liberia.
So it was because of the contract you got from the government of Liberia that led to the expansion, and now you have a new office you were talking about.
We're trying to see how best to carry on some level of renovation on our office, and then see how best to move immediately to our office. Now, Jallah, as I said, the contract that the government of Liberia gave to that of the tailor union headed by the president, His Excellency Dr. Weah, Jallah, during the Ebola situation, there were more tailors who were sitting, sleeping behind the machines, never have nothing to do. Even to the extent, I was just lying home 24/6, eating, and just getting fat. Yes, look, I said, no, this is not possible. This cannot be me.
You mean during the 2000, you mean during the Ebola crisis, 2014?
Yeah, no, coronavirus.
Oh, is it coronavirus? Okay, so you said Ebola.
Coronavirus. So just imagine, Jallah, when we got our contracts from the government, I'm discussing 40 million Liberian dollars.
40 million.
Yes.
Liberian dollars given to you.
The biggest contract the tailor union ever gave from government. This government have gave it to the tailor union, which of course President, the union is moving forward. There were, although it was not all tailors that benefited, but there were majority of the tailors that benefited because we decentralized these things. We never take it to be Monrovia based. We took it in the various counties because we have coordinators, we have zonal heads, and they were able to distribute it to the people, and they work on it. And the government were able to give us that level of flavor by congratulating us. Because we worked in line with the government, we did what we could do, and every tailors at the time who did our work benefited one way or the other. Because tailors were no longer sleeping again. Tailors were doing what they could do.
So you guys were sitting behind a machine sewing?
Oh, definitely. Day and night we were working to see how best that people can know that Liberian can do the same. Just imagine, Jallah, when that identical nose mask issue came, you have people using the let me say European nose mask, that white stuff and all those things. More people started getting problems. They said the chemical are in it too strong and this and that. So we went back to our drawing board because we had a production manager and we also had a production room. So we went back to our drawing board and CA and decided to do our own creation. That which, of course, today you see people using around here. So there were more things that we decided to do during the Ebola situation. We even took some to various ministry and agency, even to the extent we extended it to security agency.
So what happened? When the government gave you the money for the 40 million to produce a mask, you were giving the mask to the government for distribution, or you were distributing it?
We did it and carried it to the government. And the government did a distribution. That's what we did. And there were some that we did excess. Because we were even able to give some to other agencies, was not even government. So some private agency, we give it to them and then talk to them so that at least they can give it to their people so that people can use it. Jallah, as I speak to you now, it's very hard for you to see the European nose pack. More people stay using it.
I bought a mask. It's the Liberian-made mask just a few days ago along the boulevard. But how did your colleagues in the counties benefit from this whole money? Were they also involved in some production? Because Monrovia is in Liberia. Did they receive portion of the money to do some work in maybe in Sano, in Grand Julia, in Bong, in Lofa? How did you go about doing this?
Now, what happened there is that...
Instead of decentralizing the whole activities.
Yeah, what happened there is that the union have been decentralized. We have branches all over the country because we are the mother union for all tailors. So what we did, we called various coordinators, Zoom coordinators, we called the county heads. We had a discussion and we asked them for their view. How they really feel or how they think we can distribute the marks. And distribute the work. And how they were able to give us their idea and we buy their idea. Besides that, we got the material and other stuff. And we did what we could do. We gave it to them along with the payment of those work. And they were able to decentralize it, carry it to their people, give it to them, and make them to understand that the government of Liberia, headed by the President George Weah, have decided to give the nose mark contract to the Liberian National Tailor Union so that at least the tailor cannot sit alone, let Liberians do their own Liberian thing. Because one thing the president said during his inaugural speech, he said Liberians should not be spectators in their own economy. Yeah. That alone, Jallah, proved to the Liberian National Tailor Tested and Jallah Workers Union that the president mean business, because that alone improved the livelihood of the tailors at that time. Because we were no longer sitting on the fence. We were part and parcel of our economies that the president discussed and told us about. So we were not spectators again. We were on the field playing, and at the same time doing what we could do and scoring more goals by producing more mass and other stuff for the government.
Now, so now you do you say have other contracts have been given to you by the government aside from what you received during the coronavirus crisis?
Now, what happened there is
are you also sourcing for other contracts from the government?
Yeah, definitely. We're trying to engage government on other contracts, most especially the uniform contract. Now, the disappointing part there is that there were other people. I mean, there are people who are not tailors are benefiting from tailors, in a sense that just imagine, Jallah, the government school contract. We engaged that issue. We went to offices to see how best to get our contract, because by right, the Liberian National Tailors Union should be the one providing those uniforms, government school uniforms, for all public schools. To our only surprise, Jallah, somebody who is not tailor, the contract was given to them.
For the MCSS? For
the MCSS. The contract was given to them. That is the disappointing part there. Now, presently as I speak to you, all the uniforms are not being produced. There are some students still going into school with color clothes. Disappointingly. The uniform now that those people are producing, you notice that the uniform is not properly done. They're going back to various.
You criticize it because it is not you.
No, not because not because I'm criticizing, not because it is not me. I'm telling you what is happening on the field now. Now, if it was if it were going to go through the referral channel of the Liberian National Tailor Tester and Jallah Workers Union, we were going to monitor the sewing. We were going to monitor everything that a tailors may or produce to come outside, because our representation alone present us out there. Now look at the nose mask situation. As soon as you see it, you know that professional people who did it. But you can't get a uniform where parents buying and then they taking it back to tailor shops to go and fix. Now, you know who needs spoiling there? That the Liberian National Tailor Union needs spoiling. Because people are saying that, you know the way in which they can refer to we as a tailor. It's very, very denigrating. So we will not continue to live this way. And we continue to embrace the government for every good thing they do. We continue to encourage them to do more. But that identical uniform contract, we also urging them that this coming year, that they will be putting out the contracts, let them pass through the Liberian National Tailor Tester and Jallah Workers Union. We are begging them. We have to beg them because they are our government. And we want to see good things happening in this country for our people. Because every representation out there will represent you as a Liberians. We are not discussing only because we want to get contract. We are discussing the good work of Liberians, what Liberians can do. That's what we're discussing. To the extent that even the proposed suit and other suit, we also calling on national government to see how best that these things can be produced massively. Yeah, Jallah, as I'm speaking to you now, tailors are constrained. Just imagine.
Those proposals that come from Nigeria and Togo.
Yeah.
Can you produce it here?
We do more than that, Jallah. More than that, we do it.
Wow.
More than, I'm telling you. What is really shocking here is that you notice that the material here is very expensive. Now, you buy 1 yard of cloth for $7.50. You sew a suit for somebody, men's suit, maybe long sleeve. That 4 yard, you get to buy it right there. After buying the 4 yard, you have to buy material and do the work. After doing this work, if you even charge somebody to pay $50 or $60, they're not willing to pay. You seen it? So we are also urging on the government to see how best to impose more taxes on those clothes that come in, and then the one we get here, we can produce it, and the government should also see how best to help us in the process to bring in more materials, so that at least we can be able to produce the materials here and level it for our people.
Okay.
Definitely,
Let me recognize some of the guys who join us again. At 5 o'clock, a female presidential aspirant, Madam Benu Kroma, will be in the studio to tell us why she wants to be president. And she will be here live in 20 minutes' time. Ansu Kain Kamara. Very good, my brother. I'm on with you. Maswell Cole is watching us from somewhere, Broadville. He said, thanks for the show. Tobasi, Christopher Tobasi says, word to the government of Liberia. Reintroduce a school lunch program in the country. Buy the rice, vegetables, chicken, meat, and fish, etc. from local Liberian farmers to feed the school children. That's a good one. Ruby Conner, the head of the regular callers. He said, I'm following you from Gardner's Stephen to our Estate Junction as the chairperson of the National Response and Defense Team, LA Pro Defender. Lincoln P. Nyankwo, following from Ganta, Nima County. O.P. Oni Johnson says, good afternoon, Jallah. I joined the conversation from the headquarters of the Veteran Bureau Indo community. Mighty Wonder, I'm following you from Abu Dhabi, the UAE. Wow. He says, let me go back and recognize a few other guys on the other side, and I come back to my discussant who is in the studio right now. So I've pinned the number for WhatsApp, and so go there, you see it, plus 231-770-560-560. I have some error, I have to repost that because I may miss it with the other one. Jacob P. Nyansia is watching. He said, keep up the good work. If you want to follow us via Facebook, go to Facebook, just click, go there and just step in LNTV Live now. You'll get us on our live Facebook feed here on the Bumper Show on ELBC Radio. Now, you say all of these things. To what extent are you uniting your people in the country? Because these kind of organizations may not just be free from problem. I mean, confusion. How are you bringing those in the rural part of the country together so they can feel the impact of the national union? Are they due paying members?
Yeah, Jallah, what happened here is that, like what I was talking about, concerning about bringing people on board and what have you who feel aggrieved, we decided to have reconciliation matches, like how you people, like how we have the county meet and what have you, decentralized in the various counties. Few weeks ago, I was in Nima County, Sani Kode, where I went to represent the union as a guest speaker from the Mary Center Development School, vocational school, where they were putting all graduates from the tailoring department. And I went to represent the union as a guest speaker on our programs. And I observed so many things that have been happening. Now, Charam, in the rural area, our people are suffering, most especially the tailors. They are suffering. They are suffering from a lot of things. Now, why I was able to engage there is that because when I had a meeting with them, some of them from Nima and that or Ganta, we had a meeting. And in the meeting, things that were repeating, they were talking about commerce going to them to pay taxes. I say it is wrong. Commerce have nothing to do with taxes. LRA we know about. The only thing we can talk about here is LRA, not commerce. If commerce coming to you, let them tell you the reason why you're paying taxes and which taxes they want you to pay. And we were able to engage them on the issue, and we going back in 3 weeks' time, like the end of this month, we'll be going back with high power delegation touring the entire 15 countries. We're starting from Nima, going back to Nima and settle these things that are happening. From there, we come back to Bon County, Mount Gibby and what have you, and come back before we take another train to Grand Bassa, Sando, and the other river says, and come back before we go in the other area, Maryland, and other area. So we decided to do these things. Now, bringing people on board. People been coming on board by themselves because they see the good work that we are doing. So they've been coming on board by themselves. But it is not enough. We decided to also go to those who still remaining on the fence. Talk to them. This union is a very young union. And the legacy that we set today, we also bring our children tomorrow. Because Jallah, as I speak to you, I have my son who really have passion for the job. To the extent
He wants to be a tiller.
Oh, yes. When the man come on to school, Jallah, even tell the man, say, my man, don't learn the trade. The man say, no, that's what I want to learn. So I can stop him. Somebody who integrate, pairing machine for themselves, joining patch and other stuff. So I can stop him. So these are things that we decided to do to improve the livelihood of the young ones that are coming up after us. And Jallah, there are things that we can do as a tailors that even when I show you, you won't believe it. All these security uniforms you see around here are people importing and what have you. Most of them going to tailor shops. For the tailor to sew it, then they put it in a boutique and pretend like to say they are being made in SYZ.
But so do they come to you as well to ask you to produce them for them?
No, what they're doing there is that because we decided to have a task force to go on a fee and inspect every issues of what I'm talking about. If you made any stuff here, that should be made in Liberia. It shouldn't be made in USA or made in Japan or what have you. No. That if you do that, that is fraudulent. You cannot use my job to benefit other people, only or to benefit yourself because you want to sell more money. Because when people see it, they will go buy more money. That why most of them doing that. So we decided to put people on our task force together and put them on the street. Even the security jacket you see, the police jacket and all that stuff. Mm-hmm. We do more than that, Jallah. We saw all these things from our production room. All these things we saw it. We have our production manager. We have a young club president.
Where is your office located?
Our office is located on Benson Street, right after the old defense ministry. Yeah, where you had the interdigital area.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, we have our production manager. We have so young people. We have our president, Ezekiel S. Kamara. Very visionary person. Jallah, if you see what he's trying to bring on board, you won't believe it. Before then, we never used to have things. And now we're having things on our own. We can boast of so many things. But we are asking national government to also help us in the process. Because all these contracts, security contracts and what have you, we can sew the police uniform. We can sew the army uniform. We can sew all security uniform in this country. We are asking the Liberian national government to help us in the process to give us more contracts. So at least that we can do more and more. Because quite recent LRA and us were on the fee, collecting taxes. In less than 2 weeks, we were able to collect close to $1 million Liberian dollars. Just imagine that.
For your members?
For our members. We have more than 98,000 members in Liberia. More than that. For our members all around the country. We have members. Who told you we don't have members?
Are you a registered institution?
Registered institution. From the Liberian, from business registry, we get registration stuff, certificate from that of commerce. We have LRA. We have all this stuff that all the regular institutions that require business. What have you? We get it. We even go as far as engaging City Hall on issue because most of our tailors are having problems with City Hall. We engage them and we stay engaging them. We own the process of more engagement so that at least they can see our best to level some level of taxes on our people.
Thank you. So, how do you engage the MCSS, for example? Now you said they give contract to some governments now from your union. How do you intend to engage them so that next time they can do business with the national union than individual?
Now, Jallah, what we decided to do, quite recently, I even met the communication director, one Samuel, you know.
Yeah,
when I met him, on a place there, we talk, and he said you guys have to reduce it in the writing so that at least the bosses can see it, and then when they go to meeting, they can talk with it, and then we have audience with you guys continuously. So I said, yeah, it's a negotiation. Now one day thing, we continue to talk to them, and we also meet. We decided to meet the Ministry of Commerce and see how best to also talk to them on the issue. We decided to meet other resident institutions that require these things because we can't do it on our own, Jallah. We have to get people talking along with us so that they can see how best to improve on that thing, giving the tailors contracts and what have you. At least it will improve the livelihood of our society.
Thank you, Mr. Dakbana Kume. Let me recognize a few of the guys that have come and open a line for others who want to participate to call in if they wish to. Then on the flip side, 5 o'clock, a Liberian female politician wants to be president of Liberia, and she thinks that she can go into the race with men and win the election. We want to find out from her what is her strength and how engaged she has been in Liberia. Madam Bendu Krumah has been here since 3:45. A respect of time, and I must appreciate her for that. George Lamadan says, good afternoon, Jallah. I'm following from the headquarters of the Citizen Action Movement District 6. Emmanuel Zer Galai is following from India, Punjab State. Emmanuel Zer Galai says following from India, Punjab State. Daniel Bono, very impressive, watching from Bon County. Harry Boyd Johnson says, good afternoon, Jallah. Thanks for the good job. I'm following from Cardwell. Emmanuel Galai, I saw your comments earlier. Jacob P. Nyanzi is also here. Musa Jallah, we are not getting you. Where? Wow, how? Anthony, check your sound. And sometimes it's based on your monitor too. So just upgrade your monitor and carry the volume up. Then you'll get to hear us very well. Let me pause you right there with the Texas, and let me take some calls now. 2 numbers, one for the female. Female number 0776-680-373, 080-514-096. That number is for everybody. I brought, every time I keep announcing the female number, they didn't call, so I can just put it down. Because I want to be competitive. It's about time for women to get on the front burner. As a man will call the show, the female also need to call. So I bought one small phone since how many months, and I'm posting guys out for them to be calling, but they can't call. But the numbers now, if you want to call, 080-514-096, 0776-680-373 are the 2 numbers to call. Do not call any number which I did not call here. Let me recognize Justin Morgan Hinaway Sr., following from SKD Boulevard, and from Botokai, following from somewhere in Monrovia. Hello, welcome. Let's hear you, the first caller.
Hello, Jallah.
Hello, welcome. You have 30 seconds.
Yeah, I speak for you from Kupacho. I'm Taylor.
Tupakian, go ahead.
Yeah, I still there. The thing I'm talking now still there. I still not. I still more there. When that is going to them, you are only for that only personal use. When it comes to get to that individual is very bad. The government give them money.
Are you a tiller? Are you a tiller?
I'm a tiller from Kupacho.
Yes, so you didn't benefit. I would say you didn't mean all didn't benefit, right? The man stayed here in the studio said not everybody benefit that way he said.
Listen. We are up every time we say I play it up when they corrupt all our machine when they as new. To collect the money, but you can't do as new thing that the way the money was new in the country. You have to do for the thing called the money, the play use it on the only personal use. They can't do nothing.
Okay. Thank you. You made your point. Others have to come in. Somebody was trying to call me 080-514-096, 0776-680-373. These are the 2 numbers to call. And that one 0776-680-373 belongs to the female. And if females are not calling males, you can also take advantage of that. 080-514-096, 0776-680-373. Welcome to the Bumper Show. And you can be live if you call these numbers where Mr. Dakpana Kume is here talking about the National Tiller Union of Liberia. Ezekiel K. Kamara Senior, the president of the union, is following, he says. Ezekiel S. Kamara Senior says he's following, he's the president of the union. Hello, welcome, let's hear you. Welcome, let's hear you, my brother.
The students I think it's doing well. Yeah, because during the coronavirus, some of us were in school, parents and I know that. Yeah, because the import mask, we could take up our nose, we put it down, and we use the mask. So thank you very much.
All right, thank you. That man is a testimony of what you just said, that you benefited from it. And I know we saw, because during the coronavirus time, I was given a pass as a journalist to move from here and there. When you guys were indoor, we were in the street inspecting. So I saw people at the time before the curfew came, there were people selling no masks all around here. Let me go back to the line. Oh, that guy dropped the number. Andrew James Johnson, the Bumper Show. Yes, it's a Bumper Show. Andrew James Johnson is saying that. Mara Esalibadi Kemu, how are you this afternoon? Yes, I know the good news is always around, and I have to come and hear that good news. And the man who carries the good news is asking guys to Red, the son of Mother Red in Bangabong County, where he's visiting his Mother Red. Let me say congratulations to you, Mother, and also Happy New Year. I've not seen you for a long time, Mother Red. She follows your business so religiously. 080-514-096, 680-373 are the 2 numbers to call me. Oh, if you cannot get me, then I will let you go. Let me take a break. Let me just come back to him to close up because time is not in our interest. Let's go. What do you want to say, Fana? I should take leave of you.
Well, I continue to say thank you to the government of Liberia. Thank you for everything you have done for us as a tailor union. And we ask them to do more. Because doing more will also improve the livelihood of our tailors. Now, there are somebody who called and say we are not doing nothing in XYZ. Let me say to him, I'm very sorry if he never benefited from that, but I'm very sorry. But I think we improve on that because we're willing to receive criticism so that we can improve on more and more. Even the president of the Republic of Liberia, president, if you observe the
Let me
president.
take this caller. Somebody is calling. Do you want to participate? Do you want to participate?
Yes, sir. Good evening.
What's your name? What is the name again?
So, Kant Kamara, the inspector for Liberia National Tenor Union.
Okay, let's hear you, brother, quickly.
Thank you very much. I was inspector by that time, operation, for the mass production by that time when the president gave the contract. Majority of the tailors received it. So I want to tell the government, very, very thank you. But the tortoise want to bite, but the head is short. So we need this help. Thank you very much. Together.
Okay, brother. Thanks so very kindly. Go ahead, my brother.
Even to the extent, the president, from the day we started producing the mask, the president is no longer using the European mask. The president always used the Liberian made mask. Now, Jallah, we also calling on the president. We, the union, are willing to produce every suit that will be worn by the president of the Republic of Liberia. Every proper suit. We are willing to do it, and we can do it. Let people not underestimate the tailors of Liberia. They are really, really willing to perform their national duty once the equipment is done. Is there. We are.
Thank you, Mr. Kume. Kume is the youth chair of the National Tiller Union of Liberia. But our listeners who have been complaining across the country that they are not be getting LBS signals at some point, the Director for Technical Services, Tipenti Nyong, is informing me here that all our oil stations across Liberia, they've been restored. The other time there was a problem, some technical glitches that led us to some of our counties were off. Those counties have been restored. And so you can listen to ERBC now across the country, just like before. But before, during the sonar time, we had a small problem just after the sonar. But those services have been restored according to Mr. Tim Pedignon. And the technical department also headed by James Williams and Buffett Lloyd and every one of you, Star Konege, and the rest of you who in technical, we say thank you for the time for bringing our services back, because I know our people in the rural parts of Liberia always want to listen to ERBC